Alrighty. Hello everybody! Oh my god, I am so sorry, stream crashed. Well, my OBS crashed, but alrighty. We're back with Distinct again, and we are also having tie lines as the opponents.
I think it's Tillings.
Okay, yeah, you probably pronounced it better.
No, it's Thailand.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Line. I think it's Thailand.
All right, yeah, tie lines.
Thailand.
Alrighty, hold on. Okay, there we go. Everything's set up. Alrighty. Oh my god, I am terrible at casting. It's fine.
Thailand. Oh, I can't see the stream.
Oh wait, yeah. Hold on. Alrighty. Once I windowed projector. There we go. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Oh my god, machine crashed. Alrighty. I need to stop using.
What's the hair? Clam Blitz Inkblitz.
Ooh. Oh, first time we're
starting with Clam Blitz.
First time we're not starting with zones.
And still no tower control. I don't think tower control is in the tournament.
I know it's not an eternity. That's why I'm livid.
Oh,
Paintbrush! Somebody get Swimmy Senpai in here! He would hate this! Oh my god! Alrighty, okay.
No way they're gonna...
We're taking a look at Bonk, immediately taking care of Afro with the help of the sword. We're taking a look at Tiger, who's sharking on the right side, trying to poke this edit. Oh wait, but we already see a score going on! Bonk already scored, that's crazy! Oh my god, okay. This isn't even commentary anymore, this is
There's no follow-up anymore. No.
Yeah, no, there's no system anymore. We're seeing, that's it, we are seeing this splash, trying to keep pressure on left stack, barely avoiding the bow shots, having someone else take it for him. Oh, but unfortunately the bow still takes care of him. We see this hammer, Bridget, promptly taking care of that. And we're seeing our first real push of the game. Right? Yeah. Okay, there's points.
Trying to get the crab. I don't think I got the crab.
yeah, well. But yeah, Distinct
65 is a nice push, nice opening push.
Yeah, 65.
Better than the last fight game we saw.
Oh, damn. Oh, three go down on the side of Thailand's immediately. We're seeing that Distinct continues to have this more advantageous state. It's kind of a similar position to how they were throughout the last I can't speak the last set. Just constantly having that upper hand in terms of just being able to apply so much pressure once they're able to get going.
Yeah, but Mooj not being able to get set up on that.
Oh!
Ooh, wait, that was...
Even with that Wavebreaker, Tiger is able to get a pick on that sword. That is huge. And with that, we're seeing Bridget able to keep some pressure. We're seeing Komatua being able to just trying to retake mid, but with that splashdown, they're very aggressive play, but it is going to work out in terms of actually getting the Clammin, but is it going to... But unfortunately not able to...
No follow-up.
Oh, a little early of a crab, which is going to...
Oh, actually, that's really early.
Which is going to make it very difficult for Thailand's to be able to retake later, but they were actually able to get back a good amount of mid, so the crab might have been worth it actually.
Nay, crab dog.
Crazy.
Okay, but the Afro does go down the waiver that comes out.
Alright, we're seeing this Paintbrush Shark! Oh my god, 3 down on the side of Distinct! Oh my god, and this Paintbrush able to take care of the shot, and with that, we have a super strong push. The Paintbrush is going off!
Okay, the boat is off the Paintbrush, 39.5. Trying to keep up pressure, going in from where that's 4. Shots getting caught, getting canceled, 2 down.
Yeah,
almost
yeah, Thailand
fumbled the 1v1. He's gonna be the end of the push, getting it to 18. That is a great push from Thailand.
Incredibly good push, especially with the cruel nature of ink block lamb spawns. And we're also noticing a tiny bit of lag, but I think it'll probably be okay. But well. We're seeing this
Afro getting stuck in a sticky situation, trying to help other teams. Everyone seems to be gathered on the bottom side. Zuka coming out. Everyone's
you see Afro grab this power, trying to pressure this sword, getting the pick. Even with that fail, we do see the bubble come out with the crab canceled.
Trump's coming out though. 2 balls. There's 2 balls.
Ooh, another.
Second one. Do they have their follow-up? No.
They were really
pushing more in, but aren't quite able to. The paintbrush is just so good at locking down areas. Almost as, basically, if I had to describe the paintbrush, it would be a walking popsicle.
Indeed. Yeah, it's a super oppressive weapon that if you're able to space it well, you can pretty easily deal with it, but it's very difficult to space it when the rest of the comp is an edit and double crab.
Okay, but it's just an edit left. With less than a minute left, tons of clan potential here. As Chumps come out,
true.
They're trying to go and get the bubble.
They're using all their specials, but that trade on the roller is going to be very dangerous for Distinct. It's going to allow Thailand to just barely be able to keep things together. The sword able to take out Bridget, huge pick, and with that, clams are back up. We see this crab popped, and as well, and so close to getting. Oh, it does get the roller, but the bow is able to cancel it.
I feel like. Okay, they don't have a ball. Wait, they don't have a ball.
Yeah, no, they don't have a ball. They're not going to make one in time, and that is going to be game one.
Thailand stole all the clams. I do feel like this thing push was a little hasty, especially because they had so much time left. I don't think they were expecting to go down, but I think with the comp they were fighting, they had to play a little more slowly to phase them out.
Yeah, and that's the cruel nature of Paintbrush. The fact that you have to play to its pace. Once you're able to play to its pace, it's not super difficult to deal with. But if you can't play to its pace, it will cause so much trouble that's just very, very difficult to deal with.
Yeah. But this is a best of 5 set, so there still is time to come back from it.
Indeed, it's still pretty close. We're going to haggle zones, which might be a little more comfortable for the side of Distinct, since zones is just a bit more standard, and it also helps that unconventional comps tend to just be generally a bit stronger in zones. Rainmaker has a couple of weird ideas, but otherwise, zones generally, I think, has the most variety. I say that as we look at Sendoku finale, but oh well.
Hey, who won that? Was it Snails won?
Snails did win Sendoku finale. The thing with it though is that if you look closely at it, you will notice that every single comp has a pen, a bucket, and a splash.
Boring. Yawning. Sleeping.
No offense, but yeah. Come on, we need more variety, guys. We need more variety, guys. Come on. Okay.
Someone should play off no cooler like this thing. This thing is so cool.
No cooler means you're cooler. Trust.
Yeah.
Oh, and Thailand is going to forego the splash and go with T-Tech. Probably to make it a little more forcing to retake zone. To be fair, it was double crab before, so.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
After cutting the T-Tech, but balls.
Oh yeah, T-Tech's able to punish the shot very promptly. And with that, Highlines is just back in that super advantageous position, especially with that paintbrush in a super aggressive position that's just very difficult to deal with. You're seeing the cooler get grabbed, and we're seeing this paintbrush getting Mooj, just continuing to hold space, having the wave breaker, but unfortunately gets picked off by Afro. Beautiful pick. And we're seeing this Zuka, which is going to be enough to allow them to kind of retake zone, but we still see this shot causing a lot of trouble. And we see Bo confronting its biggest weakness. It doesn't know how to paint the floor, but And due to that,
What do you mean?
never.
Broken so much. The chunks come out.
Oh, I said roller. I'm sorry. I said roller. I'm sorry. Oh, but there's 3 down, but this paintbrush is still causing a ton of trouble until they just jump out, which is fair because. Oh! I just saw a hammer destroy a crab.
No. The Wavebreaker comes out trying to get the
Refreshing.
paintbrush isn't able to.
Ooh,
Goes
paintbrush.
down, the Wavebreaker causing a little more disruption here. Strike coming out, landing.
Oh, perfectly by the bubble and
that was
taking
a
2 down.
perfect strike.
And now the pain is chasing down Mooj and also trying to pressure Afro as well. We're taking a look at Mooj, who is able to get back on the tent, which is going to be very helpful in trying to keep pressure up, but this paintbrush is just making it so difficult. Well, they jumped.
They do not like Mooj up here. They have a chump. They have 2 specials out. They're ready. 2 going down.
Yeah. They were able to get past the penalty, but it's questionable if that was quite enough. We see the edit go down. We're seeing 2 go down on the side of Tylines, which is going to give Distinct another chance to potentially push, especially with that paintbrush down. Now they don't have any. Now they only have a crab for potentially retaking, but it's also going to be on the same area as the edit, so it's questionable if it's the best idea. And we're witnessing lag. But regardless, the crab goes down, which is still a huge value. Oh!
Nice pick on this,
Huge.
They have to paint the zone.
Huge flick. Unfortunately, not able to hold zone for long enough. We're seeing Afro trying to cause pressure, getting the sword with a beautiful sharking spot. We're seeing Bridget with the mini. Unfortunately, the hammer does nothing. We're seeing Tiger just trying to keep everyone away, having a bubble. They have chumps as well. They have chumps as well. Mooj is trying to pressure that crab. The crab goes down to Izuka. Huge pick by Afro. But is it going to be enough to retake zone? It's definitely possible. They're 2 down. Yes, it is possible. It is enough. It's just Komatua.
Here they go. Will they be able to pick it? Nice.
Komatua is able to jump out due to the cooler buff, but it's still a major advantage for Distinct here.
Distinct has to establish a hold here, like we saw in that Barnacle fans game not too long ago. Strike coming at the zone. Afro going down. They are able to hold the zone.
Oh,
down. No Zuka, but they do have an Ultra Stamp.
Yeah, they do have a hammer, but I'm not sure how well that's going to do. They are able to hold zone, but they lose the mini. That is a huge part of their paint down. And with that, Tylines is able to retake and get back to being in control of the game. Especially with this paintbrush, able to get a trade on the roller, which is huge for resource management. That Zuka, unfortunately, is not going to get the picks that it needs here. We do see Mooj have chumps ready, trying to keep pressure. We see the hammer, unfortunately not getting the pick it needs. Are the chumps going to be enough to cap zone? No, they will not be. And Distinct is what? And that is going to be
the end for this match.
The game.
Yeah, the defense is just too strong from Thailand.
Yeah,
oh, they tried the drip pick. I saw that.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, but we do have one more game.
Yes, we do indeed have.
And it is Rainmaker, I believe. And we saw how Distinct did on. We saw how they did on Rainmaker last time. So will they bring it back here? That is the question.
Yeah, Rainmaker is definite. Rainmaker, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, is definitely their strongest. Is definitely Distinct's strongest mode of the bunch, especially since. Oh, okay, it's Undertow. I was going to say, did we get Humpback again? No, no.
Yeah, it'll still be interesting to see if Distinct does any comp changes on their side to try to directly punish this paintbrush from being so oppressive. Because if they can limit that paintbrush's abilities they could pretty much have free roam over the map, and as long as they have that, they should have no issue getting this, finishing this game.
Yeah, there's still definitely some potential in terms of what Distinct can do, especially with Rainmaker being just generally a strong suit from what we have seen. But it's hard to say if it will quite be enough. We're seeing the battle start, and it's time for Rainmaker. Once I get the display back, Sharky, there we go. Okay, Distinct committing to the same comp, and both teams are very committed to their comps. I gotta get
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Oh, already popped. That's already it. Oh wow, a huge start from Tylines, just being able to get 2 down immediately. But the edit is also going to get picked off, and with that we see the paintbrush just able to just popping, but it's not going to be enough. We see Mooj just trying to keep pressure with this bow, not quite able to get the pick required, but it's going to be very helpful in a lot. Oh, huge pick on the sword. Oh, but Distinct is 3 down again with only Tiger. On the upside, they don't know where Tiger is, so there could very well be a huge shark hit here. Oh, beautiful pick on the paintbrush.
Will they be able to stall the checkpoint? 2 going to 3.
Yeah, they will be able to stall the checkpoint.
For Thailand.
Indeed. Just that's sheer pressure from any kind of shortcoming weapon, especially a roller, is so helpful in just being able to hold so much space without really doing anything. And it's very helpful when the only location they have is Paintbrush Wavebreaker.
We see Mooj here getting forced all the way back to the flag as 2 go down on this thing, trying to defend this right side, as we see Thailand trying to make another push. Strikes coming out.
Ooh, and those strikes end up getting the bow. They end up going the fast check, but unfortunately they get punished on the upside. It ends up forcing Tiger to burn a bubble that was not needed. and with that, but Afro is going to be able to get revenge in terms of the typical shot fight, but we see this sword comboing with the Wavebreaker to take Afro down. We're seeing Tiger trying to cause a little bit of trouble. We're seeing Bridget fairly far back, but I'm trying to figure something out. We're seeing Bonk just being Bonk.
Yeah, the Rainmaker does reach that. V-shot is down.
Oh, Bridget! Oh, huge hammer by Bridget, just getting 2 off by Spawn. And with that, Distinct is starting to get a lot of footing with 3 down. This is your chance to start moving. You're seeing Mooj trying to keep pressure up. Oh, we see the shot fight with Afro winning. We see 3 go down on the side of Tylines. And this might be the first break. Yeah.
Which is Strikes coming out here, trying to get a pop. 2 going down on Thailand. This might be the momentum that Distinct needs. They had the bubble up in a great spot, but yet they do not.
They're taking the flank. Huge.
Trying to get as many points as they can, getting down to 13. 2 down on Thailand again. A roller underneath. Trying to finish off that crowd, isn't quite able to. It is just a V shot, but 13 is an amazing push for Distinct, and they are definitely capable of holding that.
Indeed they are. Distinct thrives off of the defensive rush, which is going to be very helpful in just slowing Tylines down a lot. Which they're already fairly slow in terms of how they play, relative to a traditional fighting comp, which is still really cool to see. But we're just seeing picks consistently go down, but it's hard to say who's actually coming out on top with them. I would say distinct simply because just being able to just hold like this is already just really huge. Getting 2 down with that Zuka is incredible too, and Tiger's going to be able to finish that off, and it still remains alive, not quite able to get the shot, but someone follows up anyway, it's fine.
Less than a minute left on the board. Thailand are still unable to get the checkpoint, which is going to be a detriment in their overtime game. One nice pick onto Bridget as we were just protecting the Rainmaker. Afro getting a nice.
Yeah, and they're not even bothering to pop, which good. You shouldn't. Which ideally you don't pop here. It just wastes. It just causes a lot of resources to be burnt on Thailand's, which is going to make it very difficult for them to push. They only have 10 seconds to break. They only have 10 seconds to afford to lose Rainmaker. They cannot afford to lose it anymore, but this Zuka is going to make it pretty much impossible to live. We see the hammer pop, which is not going to be enough to stop though. We do see the strikes. Oh my god, Thailand is going to be able to break check. Oh my god. We see Mooj trying to
they do have the whale, and they're probably near another they're just blocking.
There's so much pressure going on. They are able to grab Rainmaker, but they're 2 down. That hammer is not going to kill though. Oh my god. Ripping is going absolutely Ripping is fighting for their life. This is actually crazy. So many mists. So much pressure. There's a hammer behind! It wasn't enough, but the Zuka was! And Distinct is able to hold on, if slightly.
What did I say? Rainmaker. Rainmaker.
Rainmaker's horrible, but when playing. When watching, it's amazing. Ooh.
Okay, but now they have. Distinct has to reverse sweep here if they want to move on to finals, and I think they can. But then again, Thailand only has to win 1 more, and there's still 2 more games in this set, so they have time to strategize, rethink their game plan, and try to punish Distinct's weakness, which they have. They just need to be able to do the opposite of what I said to Distinct.
Yeah. That said, right now we're currently seeing that there's going to be some subbing going on, which great timing because be right back. I need to grab water. Alrighty, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I got water. Whew. Alrighty. Alrighty. But yeah, right now we're seeing that these teams are still slowly readying up. I'm very curious to see how things are going to go, because I don't know if there was a disconnect or a sub for one of the teams.
It was probably a sub. I think I saw them do it. But the question is, who did they sub out? I don't know, man.
Oh, actually, no, it's the same roster. It's the same roster.
Oh.
Oh wow! Both teams have the same roster. Might have just been a disconnect. Oh well. But hey, really good set. And with that, we are getting ready for our first game 4.
Oh yeah, because it was the first best of 5 set. Oh, that's comp change if I've ever seen one. From
Oh,
tie lines, we see more an S flash and a countering roller.
oh wow.
Distinct and a V shot. So basically more meta.
Rest in peace to Paintbrush fans. It's okay. It's okay. Afro is already causing a little bit of havoc, but gets shut down by a curling bomb. Oh my god. Diabolical playmaking from Bonk.
I mean, when you play the better weapons, you get better results, as we're seeing here.
In theory. In theory.
One behind. Oh, I lied.
We're seeing Bonk causing a lot of pressure, and Thailand is going to be able to just get that first score. It's not going to quite be enough, as Distinct is going to very promptly retake. On top of having the Zuka and a hammer ready to go. Oh, the midi gets shut down. The shot is able to get a pick though. After trying to sneak in, but unfortunately gets picked off. We're seeing Bridget jump back, trying to take care of the shot, but unfortunately gets taken care of by the shot. And we're seeing Tiger on this roller, trying to shark and keep pressure. And we're seeing a roller bubble fight. Never enter a roller's territory. Bonk does take that, and with that, Thailands is back to that overall better position. It's still relatively close, but it's still a very tough set for both sides.
I feel like I'm watching the top of the top play here. So exciting.
You see Tiger get picked up.
Go down the bowl. It seems like it's going to be another push from Thailand.
Ooh, yeah.
Doing wonders
the
for
roller
them.
get
The
picked
blue
up.
coming.
Oh!
Being canceled by the old champ, but still almost taking out.
Oh, still able to be pulled off, but no one got hit. Chances are it was probably lag, but I don't, and it didn't actually register, but I don't know. There's two that are causing a ton of pressure. Being able to save both of those powers is going to be huge for Distinct, which is going to allow them just a little more leverage. And then they lost their roller, never mind. But, and then they lost their mini. No, very unfortunate. You're seeing this shot just continuing an onslaught of just constantly causing problems until 3 go down on Thailand's, and Distinct is back to a slightly more favorable position.
Indeed, as we see the bubble getting popped, trying to hold their flat, but it's only 2 up for Distinct. As Zuka trying to get one
three down.
Shut down. The other 2 is now down. It's kind of a delayed wipe if you put it that way.
Yeah, we're seeing Tiger trying to shark and cause problems, but unfortunately is not going to be able to punish in time, allowing Thailands to get scores in. Also grabbing the pity because new one will respawn, and we're seeing Afro get picked off. And unfortunately, Distinct is back to 3 down. That's huge. We're seeing ripping the bow. And
that's a big score that you're gonna get below.
Oh, but unfortunately, Tiger is going to shark with that curl. And the edit's in a very far back position, just trying to ensure that Thailand doesn't have to worry about any random snowball, because this is Barnacle. Barnacle is very snowbally. Oh my god. And good thing, because Distinct has a ton of clams at the ready. Komatua is able to stay alive from it, though. Having 3 powers, though, is diabolical. I say that as 2 of them get promptly shut down, but
only a minute left on the clock.
Ooh,
and going down, the ball jump is out. They do have a ball for overtime this time, but that's a big score. They really need a lot of attack for.
We're seeing ripping.
It just rolling stays very well. Almost at a booyah bomb.
We're seeing ripping threatening to rip Distinct to shreds. Unfortunately, gets picked off, but the shot is already taken care of the work that the S-Blast couldn't do before. And with that, Tylines only needs 5 clams to just completely win the game. And look at what the Shoto so conveniently has.
And that seems to be the end of Distinct's journey, sending Tylines to the finals for Miku Miku Green against, I don't know actually.
Yeah, that is going to be the end of semifinals, with Tylines being able to take the set against Distinct 3-1. Very strong showing from both teams. I'm
Impressed?
Impressed is an understatement, and also just also it feels weirdly wrong to say the word impressed, but basically, sure. But with that, we're getting ourselves ready for the finals.
You might want to post it that we're doing final.
Alrighty. Okie dokie. Yeah, you're right. Oh shoot, we're still on mic. We're still on the Ox!
Oh.
Hello everybody and welcome to the finale of Miku Miku Beam 18. I'm Tarrant. My Lodic is here with me as well, and
Falling asleep.
And we are in finals between between Howdy and oh my god, Tylines. I cannot speak anymore, I'm sorry. Both of these teams have went through an absolute gauntlet to make it this far, but they made it and are ready to claim the one thing this tournament is known for: to get the to get Hatsune Miku on your profile. Though I think some might have already gotten it. Hold on, let me check.
You want for double?
Yeah, you. Yeah, but that lot. Okay. Okay, I know one. Okay. Okay, I found that one already has, Okay, two have.
Alright, we're just waiting for one person to join the lobby. So let's take a look at these maps here. First up, we have Clamblitz and Scorch, and if I remember correctly, Thailand actually had won their match on Clam Scorch. I could be wrong. Did they play? Yeah, they played two clams. They did
Yeah.
win on Clam Scorch. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Howdy responds to this and see if they are able to get the upper hand.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to see. Both of these teams are extremely strong. I mean, how else would you get here? But that it's now time to see what these teams are really made of. Now that they're finally at the finale of this gauntlet. Once we see that everyone's ready to give us a minute. Alrighty. We're seeing that pretty much everyone's already getting ready. We just need to wait on one more person. But yeah, these are very strong. These are very strong teams that I'm very curious to see how this goes.
I'm just waiting for everyone to ready up.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. Alright, here we go. We are finally on Miku Beam Finals! And we're seeing a machine! Okay.
Oh, in this day and age? Oh, and a splash coming up from Thailand.
Indeed. We're seeing a machine in the big 2025. So we're taking a look at ABC right now. Trying to cause a little bit of pressure with these sloshes. And is able to kind of get the splash. And with that, Howdy is already saying howdy, and already Thailands are terrified with that howdy, and with that Thailand howdy is already an incredible amount of clams able to already start scoring, getting the S blast. ABC still causing trouble, but not quite able to escape the roller. We're seeing Seb try to cause pressure, able to get the clam in, and with that, Howdy is able to control this beautiful game.
Well, the crab trying to switch the machine, but not quite able to. 45 is a great first push in the first minute, as we see Thailand's trying to set up for their revenge push, but the roller going down, trying to get this camper off guard.
Huge pick on the camper.
They're trying to push up onto elbow, but getting kicked out by the amount of AoE that Howdy has.
Yeah, we're seeing Bonk try to cause some pressure, but is not quite able to. Oh, never mind. There's the pick. There's the pick on the sword. Trying to sneak up.
Oh,
beautiful setup. Getting the sword again. And with 2 down and the pen being very far and getting picked off, actually. The only issue is that Thailand doesn't actually have clams.
Oh no, the
Such
main objective, you have to play the objective. What is this, A rank? Play the objective. And all that progress seemingly lost as Howdy is already back in control of their elbow.
Very unfortunate. We're seeing Komatua throwing a cooler, but is unfortunately going to... Oh, never mind! Lifts the Booyah Bomb, but is still incredibly out of position. Lifts the sword! Okay.
Now they dropped the ball.
That is an excellent question. I'm guessing to give a little more paint, since you are able, since it does actually paint a little bit if you aim at your feet. It does paint your feet if you aim there.
Yeah, the machine goes down here.
Ooh, the pen also goes down.
This might be the opportunity that Thailand needs to get some scores on the board, as they don't have any clams. They don't have any clams.
Yeah, we're seeing 4K jump trying to do a little bit of sharking on this elbow, and with that trying to catch the splash, but the splash is able to jump, and we see this S-Blast popping a Booyah. We're seeing Ripping throw it, not quite getting a pick, but causing a lot of pressure. The pen goes down. Their crab goes down though. They are able to get picks, and they might be able to start causing a push. They do get the clam in, but it's not quite enough. Oh my God! They were able to keep it open very briefly, but
the roller though.
They were 2 clams short regardless, but that's still very unfortunate. And with that, Howdy is back in control, with Zeb grabbing the pity for passive special. See, I told you this was an actual strategy. I told people this wasn't a mistake.
What?
Grabbing pity for passive special.
Oh, that's a strategy. But they already have the ball, so I don't know.
And 2 go down on Thailands. This is going to be very difficult. They're 2 down. Oh, they're all wiped. And with that, they're in a super impressive position. They have all the clams they need. Already down to 14. And with this, beautiful pick on the roller. It's only the edit, and I don't think the edit can actually hold, especially with a second Booyah.
We don't have enough clams though. We don't have enough clams to go.
Very lucky for Thailands that Howdy did not have enough clams to say the opposite of Howdy and end the game. And we see Bonk, and we see this Bonk get a very nice double, trying to just keep this game rolling. But it's questionable if it's quite enough. Wait, the roller is able to get a power. Oh, and and the pen goes down. Wait, that's huge. Getting a.
Oh, they only need a few more.
They really don't need that much. They only need 3 more, but they're not going to get it.
Get it.
Komatua needs to go on some kind of miracle flank, but they're not going to make it, and that is going to end game number 1 with Howdy taking it.
Very nice comeback in the end there from Thailand, but they just needed to get more points on the board early on to really establish that final push.
I feel like if they were a little more objective focused after those picks, they would have definitely gotten lead there. But that's still an incredibly strong showing from both teams. And with that, we are getting ready for game number 2, which should be Museum Rainmaker.
No, Museum Rainmaker, ew.
Museum's a weird map. I'm not sure why people run it, even though it has 1 check, but I mean, there's technically multiple routes to get to that check, but even then. We need Nintendo to put flank routes in the game, please.
No.
Alright, then can we put 9.4 and Nerf Pen? Please.
No.
Can we get 9.4 and remove Stamper from the game? /J?
No.
Okay, I'll be real. In terms of sword, I'm almost kind of thinking to myself, like, I love the weapon, but I feel like sword is just seen everywhere. I mean, well, not necessarily everywhere, but I feel like it's been strong for pretty much the entire game. So it'd be for the entire game's lifespan. So I'm curious on what would happen if for one metagame it wasn't that good.
No.
Out of morbid curiosity.
Carbon.
Oh,
nice.
Carmen. Ew! We have a 52! Our first 52! We were doing so good, guys! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Immediate pick on the machine. Oh, the sword goes down! Wait, okay, never mind. 52 is making the game interesting. Never mind, it's fine. I forgive you.
Point click. They have no one's really moving up though, besides Miku.
Yeah,
As I said, that they're grabbing right there.
Yeah, we see the machine going slightly out of position, jumping in turn. We see this Carbon trying to pressure the pen, but the pen can aim, so it does not work out. However, we do see Tylines able to get that first opening and break check. We do see a Kraken from the 96 though, trying to cause a little bit of pressure. Is it going to be enough? No, not quite getting it. We're seeing Devin trying to just hold mid here. But this Zuka is going to make it very difficult and actually trades with Bonk. That's actually a very good pick, except for the fact that Ripping is tearing through everybody.
They gotta go Rainmaker here. Oh, they gotta go.
And with that we see the pen go down, which is a huge detriment. And that small bit of points is going to ensure that just breaking check is not going to be enough for Howdy. And we're seeing this 52 go all the way down to 31. We're seeing Bonk trying to continue a very annoying streak, which I am personally all here for. We see the machine go down again. We're seeing Tortoise trying to keep pressure with those whales, getting the pick there with 2 down on the side of Howdy. Tylines is back in control.
Yeah, only 3 minutes up on the board.
Oh!
Sneaky getting 1 nice pick as
Ripping shredded that
still
sword.
on the offensive. Bonk is here in a nice sneaky position, trying to go after the 96.
Bonk ends up missing the 96, but ends up getting the pen instead. That actually might be better. But oh my god! How did we let Tortoise get there? That's crazy. Alrighty. Oh, and now Ripping's up there. Oh my god. Komatua in this super aggressive position that is very difficult to get out of, but we do see Rainmaker reset. Alrighty. We could see a lot of potential ways to keep this going. Personally, I'm hoping for a catnip strat.
Which is what, just following it?
It's a very specific strategy on Museum specifically, where you end up squid searching on one of those and then die there, and then it's just very difficult to get it out. Yeah. We're seeing Bonk on this flank with a Zuka at the ready, getting the Carbon, pulling the pen, which is actually huge value. Having a Zuka at the ready, but unfortunately it turns out they're out of position. But the Rainmaker failed to jump. Seb is in a really rough position, especially with that Zuka from Bonk causing trouble. And even with 2 down, Tortoise is going to be able to stop it, at least for a bit. Oh my god, huge direct by Ripping. Ripping is doing their best to shred through, but is unfortunately not going to do it this time. But with a minute left, they really only need to stop 1 push, and with that machine down, they lose a Booyah, which is huge value down.
2 down. This is what Get stopped.
Ripping, just barely keeping the tears together.
Howdy's gonna try and repop here. 2 are down.
But those walls are going to be very difficult. Being able to, oh my god. It's just Komatua, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to take lead here. And with that, Howdy, out of some miracle, are able to steal the lead right near the end, which is going to make it very difficult for Tylines to potentially bring this back. It's not impossible. Okay, never mind. They lost their edit. I think it might unfortunately be over. Losing the S-Blast 2, I think it's unfortunately it. Losing the 52, it's just very hard to move up. We're seeing this edit being incredibly aggressive, trying to poke this pen, but with the edit dropping, it's unfortunately all over.
Ooh,
with Howdy
crashing down.
Yeah. With Howdy.
But again,
sorry. Go on.
But again, Thailands were able to hold that lead for a very long time. They just got a little staggered at the end, causing their demise. But it's not over yet. They can still reverse it. They can still flip it around.
Yeah, there's still a pretty good amount of potential. There's with the next game being on Ramen Zones, we could see a lot of things happen with this. Oof. Oof. It
is truly anyone's game, but
Howdy
does have the advantage.
Howdy has the match point, and they don't want to be saying Howdy anymore. They want to be saying so long and say long to Tylines, which so far they've been doing a great job with, which even with a showing that wasn't nearly as dominant in Game 2, they're definitely able to keep this going for. They still ended up pulling through. They are not being told so. They are not being told so long. They said Howdy with that lead. They said Howdy with that lead. And with that, we are going into Game 3, which is match point for Howdy. With just 30 seconds before this final game starts. Potentially shorter, depends on if Devin raises up. Devin does ready up very quickly. Alright. And with that, we've gotten to Game 3. Which is going to be an S-Plus 92! An S-Plus 92! An S-Plus 92! Okay, it's pretty clear. I feel like Howdy is trolling. I feel like Howdy is trolling.
Okay, but it's done though. And they already have strikes. They have a lot of
Oh wait, Bonk gets a huge pick on the S-Blast. No burst bomb might be the detriment. We're seeing Tortoise on this flank. Unfortunately, not quite getting the pressure needed, but getting a lot of paint, which is going to be quite helpful. And we're seeing Devin trying to cause pressure on the S-Blast, but unfortunately gets picked off by Tortoise. It's not going to matter too much since Howdy is going to be able to get zone back. This ball from the 52, we see Tortoise jump out. Tylines is trying their best to reclaim zone, and with the S-Blast down, it's very much possible. But they have to take care of the splash, but they can't.
Yeah, they're just getting out AoE'd at the moment. 2 going down.
Yeah, and with that, Ripping got tortured to shreds. Very unfortunate. And with that,
we are past the 50-point mark for Howdy, and it is just the edit left alive. So good. This is huge. They Kylie has to get some.
Oh, Datsuka takes care of Devin, and with that, Bonk is trying to cause a little bit of entry, especially with that flank that will allow Bonk to ignore the strikes. But they noticed it, and with that, this is going to probably... Oh, wait! No! Oh, no. It's only the S-Blast. It's too late. And with that, howdy, said howdy, and so long at the same time. With that dominant showing, once again, ending this set 3-0.
Very exciting, very exciting. Good job for both teams for making it this far. Your efforts will not go forgotten. But yeah, that was I feel like Thailand just got outpainted in the end there. With a Carbon and S-Blast, there's not much you can do against like a triple retakes, but like Splash, S-Blast 92, and a pencil. And plus another Booyah with the machine. There's just not much you can do to move that Carbon around.
It is very difficult. But regardless, incredible showing by both teams. Huge congratulations to Howdy for winning Miku Beam number 18. And with that,
I could go to bed.
Yeah, that's going to end Miku Beam, and it's going to be the end of my Lodic being awake, for my Lodic can finally go eep.
Yeah.
With that said, we'll see you guys for the next Miku Beam. Until then, I've been Tarrant.
And I've been Milotic.
And we will see you guys eventually.